Hello everybody and welcome to my video today, and today we are continuing on from the last video, which was upgrading all 4 of the bows in their Eisendrache in a solo game. Now what had happened in the last game I was playing was I died while trying to save a video clip. Silly me didn't pause the game and a crawler actually killed me, so I came back and I got the electric and the wolf bow, and I'm charging well, this is actually gameplay footage of me getting the last bow, but we're going to go in and we're going to get the fire bow, and then we'll get the void bow. Now the fire bow is actually the hardest bow to get in my personal opinion, and I'm sure a lot of you will agree, just because it's so tedious and it really is irritating and you need a lot of points for it, and in early rounds you do need your points. So if you're doing it as early as what I am here, you'll notice you won't have any points. So to start the fire bow, you want to come over to the bell tower and you want to shoot the symbol on the wall. A zombie gets in my way here trying to pick it up. But once you pick that up, your next step is going over to the rocket, and while you're there you have to wait a couple of minutes on a launch, and once you hear the alarm signal saying that the launch is underway, you have to run behind the double doors and make sure you leave a crawler or a zombie. I definitely recommend that. Don't do this well in the middle of and the next thing you have to do is there's a rock at the left hand corner of those doors. I'll show you here. Now run for the doors straight after a rocket test, and you want to aim up to this lit rock here. It's only lit after a rocket test, so you have to do it straight away. Run out here and you hit that, and a meteor will travel towards the castle. I'll play a clip back in slow motion here so that you can get a better view. Now if you do that step correctly, you'll get a notification in the left hand corner of your screen. It'll be pretty self-explanatory. You'll definitely know when you've completed that step. Now your next step is travelling from all 3 of the wonder spheres, trying to hit 3 fire circles while in midair. Now you have to do this with the bow while in midair, travelling on these wonder spheres. This can be quite a pain to get. It really is annoying because it does sink down your points a lot. But this can take a good couple of tries, especially if this is your first time. To get these clips, it took me around an hour because it just wasn't, I just couldn't get it, you know. It was only my third time getting the bow, so this is definitely something I'll definitely staying away from. I probably won't do this again in a solo game. I'll probably do it in team games if my friends need it or whatnot, but after doing the first one, you can go into the second one. This one is quite a pain, you know. It can take a lot of tries. Some people will probably be able to do it no problem, but me personally, I struggle doing this one, and it's something I'm not going to do again. Well, go out my way to do. And this is the third one. This is the hardest one. It looks easy me doing it there, but that will, if you get this on your first shot, then I really, then kudos, seriously. Now the next step is the easy one. You just have to stand in the 3 circles that you've lit and absorb the zombie souls. You'll see a little fire soul coming out of them when you kill them. Now it takes around 10 to 15 zombies. It's not much, and once you complete it, you'll get a little fire glare, and it's pretty. You'll know when you've completed that. So the second one is up over here at the death ray. Just stand in here and just stand. Make sure you're standing in the circle. You have to be in the circle. And the bows are great for this, especially if you're doing them in the lower rounds. Well, even in higher rounds, I can see these bows being awesome. There's the second glare, and the third glare is over down at double tap. Now if you've got monkeys, you can throw them down and let them all round up well in the circle, and just shoot away at them, maybe rack up some points with an SMG or something. But there's the notification in the left hand corner. Once you've had all 3 of the fire glares, you can now move on. And the next step is you have to come up to the bell tower and you have to press square, and the cogs will spin and you'll get a symbol. Now what you have to do with this symbol is you have to correspond it to one of the 3 fireplaces scattered through in their Eisendrache, blah 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 blah. Right, but anyway, there's the symbol here, but I didn't get that one. My one is in the hut, so I'll show you the other 2 fireplaces here just now. The second one is here in Maxis's room, and the third one is directly north in front of it at the hut. This is the one this is the symbol that I got. So if you got the symbol I got, this is the fireplace where you have to hit the little molten rock that you have to fire it in 3 shots over towards the fireplace. Now I'll show you what I mean in just a minute here. You have to stand inside the circle, your lit circle. You'll see that one of your circles that you lit while in midair will be permanently lit. You have to stand inside the circle, and when you are firing an arrow, it is actually firing a little molten rock. So what you have to do is you have to you can only get 3 shots at doing this. You have to shoot the as far as, not as far, just as accurate and as close as you can get to the fireplace. Now it seems pretty complicated, but it's actually not once you give it a couple of tries. As you can see here, I do it no problem here, but I missed this shot because I was slightly out, but that's no problem. The one at the death ray, if you get the symbol and your fire is lit permanently at the death ray, that's the easiest one because you can just fire it straight over the wall, and you know, you can get that no problem. But easy enough. Once you've got the fire lit, you want to hold square and offer up your broken fire arrow. Now what will happen now is that the fire will extinguish, and you'll get the notification in the left hand corner of your screen. You want to come up to the death ray, and you'll see that the scorched sun is in the middle of the death ray. Go over and hold square and watch this explosion. Now after that, you will come down the forged fire arrow, and you know what to do from here. You just have to go down to the crypt, the pyramid room, and upgrade it. Well, absorb the souls first. So and that max ammo is always nice. Always appreciate a max ammo. So once you've absorbed the souls, as per for all the other ones, you just hold square over it, and out comes the new upgraded firebow. Now this one's pretty powerful. I'd say it's the second powerfulest one. It's definitely one of the coolest ones anyway. But as I said, it is a pain in the ass to get. So now we're moving on to the void one. So to get the void bow, what you want to do, you're going to want to get the broken arrow first. So you're going to want to shoot this symbol just straight up above from double tap, straight above the trap. You're going to want to pick up the arrow to bind the quest, and you'll hear some dialogue.
Are you trapped inside the arrow? Who trapped you here, and why?
And you will get the notification on the left hand corner of your screen once you are ready to move on to the first step of upgrading the void bow. So what I'd suggest first is buying a bowie knife, because this makes it a lot easier, because you're going to have to melee a zombie on top of a platform, which is in this room here, just straight down here, and this is the room where you'll be coming and going throughout this upgrade quest. So what you need to do is make sure the zombie is on top of that little platform right there, which is highlighted purple. You need to get it when the zombie is standing on top of it, and I got an insta kill and I managed to get it here. So if you're on a higher round like I am, and knifing doesn't really do anything, so you just grab an insta kill if you can get one, or either way, whenever you do it, the floor will burst open, and go over and hold square, and what will happen is an arm will fly out of into the air, and you'll hear some dialogue, and then you will see the notification in your left hand corner of your screen, and this is the first step done. Now we're on to the second step, which is finding the 6 skulls. Now the first one, well, these are in no particular order. One of them are in Max's toy box, or I think that's the Manford's room, I'm not really sure, but anyway, it's there. The second is over at the rocket, at the left hand truck, right on the back. Now remember, these are in no particular order. You don't have to collect these in any sort of order. You can just collect them all in any random order, or as you please. So, and the next one's just here beside Mule Kick, right there. And the fourth one is, the fourth one is down here, just above double tap. No, not just above double tap, over here at the wall, beside double tap. And the fifth one is over at the teleporter, or I think this is the sixth one. No, this is the fifth one. The fifth one is over here in the sink at the right hand corner. And last but not least, the last one is up here on the little windowsill here, to the right, on the right hand side of it. And once you've collected all 6, you'll receive a notification at the left hand corner of your screen telling you that this step is done. Now what you have to do is you have to return back to the room, the main room where you But you do everything for this bow. And what the urn will say is he needs sacrifices, so what this means is you have to make 6 crawlers. Now if you have the crawl space gobblegum, this is really handy and the perfect place to use this gobblegum. So if what you do is you pop that, or you make 6 crawlers and you bring them down here, and you'll see each of one of the 6 skulls going towards the crawlers. So once this step's done, he will instantly say 3 words. Now you have to remember what he says. Now my combination was Griffin, Horn and Heart. Now take a mental note or remember, or write them down. If you're in a solo game, just pause it and write them down. If you're in a multiplayer game, your friends, between you and your friends, you will remember. Now I'm going to try and explain this as best as I can here. It's pretty straightforward, and I'll try not to complicate it. What you have to do is, while mine's was Griffin, Horn and Heart, right? So I have to come to the house just before the power, and you have to match up your symbols to the pictures. So this is stag. So if you got stag, you look for the stag, obviously, and this is crown. And this is door. So whatever 3 you got, you just have to look around. This is heart here, yeah, this is heart, this is the one I need, this is my 3rd one. And once you are comfortable, once you find all 3, what you do is you go and you find your first one. So obviously mine's is Griffin. You go over and you activate it by holding square, and you will get your symbol. This is the symbol that you have to enter into the floor. So you pause the game and you take a note, or if you're in a multiplayer game, you just between you and your friends again, you should remember. Somebody can keep a crawler while you make a note of the symbol. So, making sure that I got that, yep. Now, once you have made a note of all 3 of the symbols, the floor here, as you can see, some of the symbols are lit up because I've already collected some of the symbols. What you have to do is you have to do a couple of rounds. That can take up to 2 to 3 rounds. You kill some zombies and you gather the symbols, and you need to gather the symbols so that you can input them into the floor down in the room where the vase is. Now this is why this one took me so long, because it actually took me 3 rounds before I got all the symbols. But as you can see there, the little pink glow, you have to collect it quickly because it flashes automatically. It only lasts for about 5 or 10 seconds. I think it's only 5. So once you're feeling confident enough and you've got all of the symbols, you want to come down and you want to enter your code. My first one was the teardrop there, and the second one was the circle and the half moon, and the 3rd one was the ribbon. Now once you've completed that correctly, he will say that is my name, and this little cinematic here will happen, and you go over to the purple glow and hold square once the zombie stops. Right, and after that you'll get the reforged void arrow. So from here it's pretty straightforward. You go down into the pyramid room and you put it on the void box. You'll get your max ammo and you can begin upgrading it, same as the other ones. Now, I've already got this trophy, but this is the very last bow. If you've done everything correctly, you should have this trophy pop up after you upgrade this one. Now, you don't have to do the bows in any specific order, but the order that I did them in, I think's easier. Maybe doing the fire ones last I would probably do next. Well, if I ever did it again, which I very highly doubt. But anyway, you just start around and you charge it up, and I managed to get all 4 of the bows by round 26, which is pretty decent. I could have had it a lot earlier if it didn't take me so long with the firebow, but anyway, 26 is a good round to get all 4. Your trophy should pop. I'll put up a screenshot of me and my brother getting it, because I actually got this trophy in a duo on round 20. So So same as usual, you just gather in the souls, as long as you're in the square where the pyramid is. They can be on the steps as well, as long as they're in the vicinity. You get the general idea here.
Perhaps this will spark your interest, hell pigs.
And once you hear the little ding, that's when you're ready to go. And upon picking up the 4th bow, the trophy should pop. That's how you get the Master Archer trophy. As again, it is a German trophy, but it's the English translation is the Master Archer. So this is the skullcrusher one, or the void one. And that's how you get all 4 bows. Now, I had a lot of fun making this video. This was one of the first of many. I'm thinking about making more. But anyway, this is how you get all 4 of the bows.
Sleeping bear.
And that's all 4 of them there. Awesome. Right, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.